Jungkook tried to open his eyes, but the pain in his head was not letting him to do so. One side of his face was covered in blood. His hands were tied behind his back and he was trying to figure out the place, but all he could see was blurred things. With that blurry vision, he noticed a figure walking towards him. As he sat in a squatting position once he reached to Jungkook, he ran his finger on Jungkook's forehead to make a line between the blood and laughed in a mocking way. Jungkook tried to remember this laugh. He noticed that black hat on his head, which was covering his eyes, and that scar on his face. He tried to remember where he had seen this, and suddenly something hits his mind. At last the time has come when you are in the same position as your father 15 years ago. You? He laughed. Yes, me. I think every John has to end with my hands only. Jungkook was too weak to even open his eyes. He has lost so much blood that he can't even fight back. Why did you do that? Because I hate you. I hate your existence, my biggest enemy, your father. And today, I'll kill you exactly how I killed your father. Jungkook's heart stopped for a second. He knew who Mr. Lee was and what he was trying to do all this time, but he never thought that he's the one who killed his father. You killed my dad? Yes, in fact, not only him but also your mother, who helped me all this way. All of you are stupid, he said, laughing. Jungkook's hand slowly clenched in fist. You know what? I would have killed you long ago with your dad, but no. I knew whose blood you are and I wanted to expand this empire, this whole mafia world, and you gave me exactly what I wanted. I filled those empty wounds in you with hate. I knew how great mafia leader you'll become, and that's why I waited patiently for this time. Everything was decided from the start, and now the time has come when I'll rule on this world. I was always the outcast just because of that John. I have never get treated like a son to that family. He got a gang and I was just his servant. Each and every day I hoped him to die. I got married in the hope that I'll give a heir to this gang and finally everything will be mine, but again, he was always one step ahead of me by luck. I had a daughter and I was told to serve my brother, but no, I'm not someone who leaves things so easily. Either by hook or crook, I believe in doing things in my own way. A weak yet sarcastic laugh left from Jungkook's mouth. You still didn't get it, right, Uncle Lee? You were never born to be the leader. You were a servant before and you'll always be. Mr. Lee clenched his jaws. You thought you'll get everything by using me, right? But did you forget that this gang have a heir already? Don't worry, son. Soon the whole existence of Johns will be vanished from this world. Jungkook chuckled. It's too late for that. Mr. Lee took out his gun and angrily pointed on his head. I'm the one who gave you this life, but unfortunately, you're too greedy to even pay for it. May your soul rest in peace. He was about to pull the trigger but fell on the floor dead when a bullet passed through, piercing his chest. Jungkook slowly looked up and saw Seulgi holding a gun with both of her hands. Her eyes were filled with tears. She slowly came near his father's dead body and said, "You failed in everything, from being a human to a father. You failed in both. I wish you never get a life in this world again. You were a monster, Dad." Her eyes filled with guilt and anger. She looked at Jungkook, who was not in a good condition, as slowly his body was getting weak. "Jungkook, are you okay?" She put his head on her lap. "Let's go to the hospital." "Nuna, Vayan, let's help her first. We have to find her." "We'll definitely find her, but first you need to get treatment. You've lost so much blood. Let's go." "No, I'm going to find her. She needs me at this time." Kangjun slowly came near to Jungi. "Never thought I have to see you like this on our first meeting." Hyung. When you heard his voice, you couldn't believe in your ears. "Is that you, Kangjun?" Tears started to fall down. Kangjun quickly came near you and started to untie the ropes around your hands and legs. Sobs left from your mouth as you started to cry. "Hey, don't cry. I'm here now." He wiped your tears and untied you. You hugged him and cried on his shoulder. "Where were you all this time? I thought you were still..." Kangjun wrapped his arms around you. "I'm sorry for making you worried. I wasn't in coma, but I had to put that act. I'm sorry, Vayan." You broke the hug and looked at him. "For what? Why did you do that?" "I'll tell you everything later. Now..." He paused when Lee Jung-gi spoke. "I'll tell you. He teamed up with your brother Min Yoongi. I think he is also somewhere here," he said, turning his face around. "I don't even know what to say. You teamed up with our parents' murderers." He looked hurt and angry. "Hyung, they didn't kill them." "But their father did. This monster is sitting just in front of your eyes, but you hold no revenge." "Hyung, if Dad would be alive and see what you have become, he will hate you for so much." "I don't freaking care. I saw their innocent souls getting killed in front of my eyes, and I'm not going to spare their murderers." He pulled out his gun and shot Mr. Min. Yoongi finally entered inside, and the first thing he encountered is his father's dead body covered with blood. You run to your father. Mr. Min smiled weakly and caressed your cheek. "I'm sorry, Princess. Appa is so sorry for everything." Yoongi grabbed Lee Jung-gi's collar and started punching him. Yoongi, Hyung, please. He tried to stop Yoongi, but it seems impossible. On the other hand, you were crying terribly, holding your dad's head on your lap. Appa, please. You can't leave me like this again. You have to be with me. Please. Princess, there's something I want to tell you. Jungkook is not a bad person. That child have been through so much in his life. The terrible childhood he had witnessed was a nightmare to any kid. Do you remember that guy from your childhood you befriended with and told him that he can never be lonely? He's Jungkook. Your heart dropped. You remember the picture you found in his closet? It was you and Jungkook standing in front of your school gate, making Pinky promise to be friends forever. Even though I was suspected to be his father's criminal, but he never took his revenge from me. Gave him a normal life. He needs to see the beautiful side of this world, and I know you can show him that. Don't forget your promise with him. Appa, things have changed completely. His traumatized past brought nightmares in my life. I'm sorry, but I won't be able to keep my promise. Yoongi told me everything. To be honest, I have choked him to death for what he has done, and I will still never forgive him for that. But he has changed, and you changed him, Princess. I won't tell you to stay with him as his wife, but as a good friend. Be nice to him, not because he deserves it, but because I know I've raised an angel as my daughter. I think it's time to say goodbye. No, Appa, you can't leave me. No. He smiled a little. Your brother is here for you. I wish happy and healthy life for you and Yoongi and this child. May he become a great person and will end this mafia story here. He slowly closed his eyes. Sound of police sirens were clearly audible as the special team had arrived. He dropped on the floor beside your father's car. Fine. Kangjun was standing at the door, leaning his forehead to it, as tears were filled in his eyes, while Yoongi was sitting on the chair as his jaws were clenched and hands in tight fists. Wine was inside the ICU as her condition was so critical and doctors have to operate on her for childbirth before the time. They heard fainted footsteps as Yoongi and Kangjun both looked in the direction of Jungkook. He was in his worst condition, and no one has ever expected the most dangerous mafia to be like this. His face was bruised and an eye was swollen. He was slowly approaching them, but before that Yoongi caught up and went near him, taking long strides as his eyes were burning with anger. As soon as he approached him, he threw a hard punch on his jaw. Jungkook dropped on the floor while Yoongi grabbed his collar and hovered above him, throwing punches continuously. A doctor with two nurses came out from the ICU and took off their mask. Everything is fine now. She has given birth to a girl and both are fine. We'll soon shift her to the VIP ward and you can meet her after. Yoongi looked at Jungkook. Get lost from here. He jerked his collar and walked inside to see Wyan, who was getting shifted in the VIP ward. Yoongi placed a gentle kiss on baby's forehead and looked at you with a heartfelt look. She is resembling me and Dad so much. You closed your eyes and let your tears fall down as you cried silently. Yoongi hugged you and patted your back. I didn't want to lose him. I wish Appa was here. He patted your head. He's always here with us, in our hearts. Now stop crying because you know Appa didn't like when their princess cry. Why life is so cruel to me, Oppa. I never did anything bad to anyone, yet I'm suffering on every point of life. And now I have brought this innocent soul in this world. I'm not any less cruel. Can you see her? Do eyes Wyan? He said, lifting her up in his arms a little while smiling motherly. She has felt every pain in you. She witnessed everything, yet she's smiling, looking at you to show how proud she is to get a mother like you. Whatever happened was not good, but instead of crying for it, you should focus on what's in front of you. You carefully carried her in your arms and hugged her to your chest while crying. I will try my best to give you a beautiful life. I will never let you experience things that I did. Just believe in me. Believe in your mother, my daughter. Yoongi looked away trying to avoid his tears, but it was useless. Would you like to have another member in this beautiful family? You slowly lift up your head and saw Kangjun. Can I also become a part of this family, Wyan? I promise you that I'll always keep you happy. Tears fall from your eyes as you looked at Yoongi while he nodded slightly. Kangjun sat on the edge of the bed near you and caressed baby's soft head gently. We will raise her together. I promise you that I'll never disappoint you. Do you still love me? Your voice came in whisper. What's now? I have always loved you and will always. You cried while he hugged you. A smile of hope and relief crept on Yoongi's face as he always wanted her sister's happiness. You broke the hug and looked at your baby who was smiling at you. It reminds you of Jungkook. Oppa, will you do me a favor? He looked you worried and confused. Anything. You think for a while before continuing. I want to see Jungkook. His expressions changed. What are you saying, Wyan? Do you still want to see that piece of trash after all this? His eyes showed disappointment. I don't want to take away this right from him. Whatever it is between us, but he has the right to see his daughter. I'm sorry, princess, but I can't let this. Hyung, Wyan is right. I'll call him in. He smiled at you and walked out while Yoongi looked at you in disbelief. I can't see that bastard again. He left from there angrily. Are you ready, Vian? Can't you just wait for 5 minutes? He shouted from your room while he sighed and looked at Laura, who was sitting in front of him while raising her brow. We are waiting here from past 50 minutes since she's saying 5 minutes. Oh, Dad, don't you know women need time to get dressed well? If they say 5 minutes, it means she's not going to finish it in even 1 hour. Oh, like that. Okay, forget about it. Now tell me, did you talk to mommy about my birthday gift? Are you guys planning anything? Kangju left confused as he seemed totally clueless about what she was talking about. We did. She rolled her eyes. Don't tell me you forgot about it. Kangjun smiled awkwardly. I'm sorry, champ. I would be glad if you remind me once again. I promise I won't forget this time. Can't believe you are a police officer with this short memory. At least my daughter is smartest of all. I told you that I want a brother on this birthday. Kangjun gulped while her gaze was fixed on him. Brother? Yes, and if you can't say this to mommy, then I'll ask her by myself. All my friends have siblings to play with and I want to. Oh, okay, calm down, my sweetheart. I will ask your mom. When? I'm sure you'll again forget. I won't this time, promise. And you still have so much time for your birthday. I know, but my friend said it takes so much time to plan a baby, so I want you to start preparing. Kangjun was all red and astonished hearing his 10-year-old daughter talking about all this. I'm done, let's go. You came out fixing your top and smiled at them. Whoa, gorgeous lady, you're slaying in this outfit. You both chuckled. Your mom is a goddess of beauty, right, champ? Laura nodded while smiling. Okay, now stop it and tell me what's today's plan. As I'm going to Appa's place today, so you guys spend some time together and think about my birthday gift, okay? She said, eyeing Kangjun while he cleared his throat. Birthday gift? Don't you think it's too early for that, princess? Do whatever you want, but just spend some time, okay? He looked both of them confused but then sighed as they both are weird and always do crazy things. Okay, let's go. It's been 10 years since you are married to Kangjun. You both raised Laura with so much love and care. Kangjun loves her like her own daughter and they share very tight bond. Twice a year Laura meets his real dad Jungkook. She always remains excited for these 2 days. Things are quite better in between you and Jungkook. You are happy with your life and glad that you took right decision to marry Kangjun as he's such an angel. She ran to his arms while Jungkook lifted her up and began kissing her forehead. He looked at her. I missed you so much, princess. How are you? She cupped his face and placed a soft kiss on his cheek, making him smile more brightly. I missed you too. You came near them and fixed Laura's hair. Enjoy your time, but don't be a nuisance, okay? I'll be back later in the evening. Mommy, I'm a good girl. Appa, do I bother you? Jungkook chuckled and shook his head. He looked at you. Would you like to join us today? I have some work. He nodded. Okay then, I'll leave. Take care both of you. He placed a kiss on Laura's cheek and said goodbye. She's gone, you can take your eyes off of her. He looked at her. Do you still love her? Does it look like I still do? Yes, your eyes tell everything when you look at her. He chuckled. You're growing up too fast, he said, pinching her nose slightly. Yes, you better be careful. They both laughed. Okay, Your Highness, now let's go inside. He walked inside the mansion carrying her in his arms. But seriously, I've got the biggest shock of my life when I came to know that you guys are dating. I mean, it was totally out of the blue. Even I didn't know that the guy she's dating from ages is Minyungi. They both chuckled. It wasn't my fault. It was all his conditions. In fact, I wanted to tell Ryan that I'm gonna be her sister-in-law. But this man here, he wanted everything to be when the right time come. Okay, now that we are finally married, when we are going to become uncle and aunt? Yeji's cheeks turned red as she looked down. Soon, he smiled and held Yeji's hand. Wow, I'm so happy Laura will get a companion. Kangjun looked at you. Congratulations, Nuna, he said, smiling at her. You should have brought Laura with you. I'm missing her. I wanted to, but it's her day with Jungkook, and you know how excited she gets for this day. He nodded. Visit us someday too. How about a family dinner? Great idea. What do you think, Unni? I already can't wait. You all laughed. You covered your mouth with your hands and looked at Kangjun. This is so beautiful. You did this for me? He smiled and made you sit. After a long time, I got a chance to come for a date with my lovely wife. I want everything to be perfect. Your cheeks turned red as Kangjun giggled. Can't believe you still blush on my words. Thank you so much for giving me this beautiful life. I love you so much. He smiled. I'm the one who is lucky here. You gave me a place in your heart and a beautiful daughter. Why, I have to tell you something. He hesitated while speaking. Me too. I also have something to tell you. He smiled. Really? Then you go first. You shook your head. No, you tell me first. He pressed his lips together and gulped before speaking. Actually, Laura, she was asking me to talk to you about having a younger sibling for her. You looked at him surprised while he thought you didn't like the fact that he brought this topic. It's okay if you don't want. I mean, we'll talk to her and you spoke in middle. 좋았던 기억은 간직할게 가끔 꺼내어볼게 아프고 아파도 날 바라볼 수 없잖아 오늘도 이렇게 보고 싶어 어떡해 Another day 슬픈 말은 하지 말아요 So far away 아무 말도 하지 마